Oh. Hello, everybody. Once again, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name's Christian Basil, and tonight we're talking Sonics. Tonight is all about the sonic screwdriver. As many of you know, if you don't live under a rock quarry, you know from the internet that the 14th Doctor now has his own sonic screwdriver. And it has been released, and by gosh, was it sold out within seconds. And sadly, it's going for, well, maybe between 100 and 200 on eBay. Oh, gosh. But they were being sold, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and Melanie and Nisha can back me up. I think they were selling them at San Diego Comic-Con. Both of them were there. And tonight we're going to be talking about Sonics, the history of the sonic screwdriver, some of our talk and discussion about our favorite Sonics, as well as you get to join in the discussion of what your favorite Sonics are and what you think about the 14th Doctor and his upcoming sonic screwdriver. So before we begin, let's go ahead and introduce our panel for tonight. Let me go ahead and take the banner down. And don't forget, as you are waiting for everything to get started, right now, youtube.com/The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching all of our videos. Again, we are up to 500,000 views. That took place just a couple of days before last week. And not only big numbers, we're very close to getting on our facebook.com/The Traveling TARDIS. We're about to climb up to that 71,000 number, and we are so happy that everybody can be with us here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So let me go ahead and take the banner down, and of course no Dave and no Melanie, so I'm taking care of your chat, so be gentle with me. That's when everybody's going to start going nuts and typing like crazy. So let's get that camera down. I had to make some adjustments in the room out here. So which way? Okay, this way.
That's right, yeah.
And God, I need a haircut so badly. So let's go ahead and bring in the team. First of all, X marks the show. X is for show. Gosh, look at him. No, bring it back up. Bring it back up.
I have so many. This is my Sonic mug. We love it.
Sonic the Hedgehog out there. Don't forget, and you can check out on the links for yourself for your Facebook page. And X is for show. Kevo, Risse, one half of Husbands Talking. So the Husbands Talking more or less podcast is still around, right? Or is
Yes.
it a new... okay.
The podcast leg is where we showcase all of our more diverse content now. Like last Saturday, we did an episode about Doctor Who. We've done stuff about video games and movies and stuff. X is for podcast is where all of the comic news, information, and dissection goes. So it's husbands talking on X is for show over on Megaphone, or it's X is for show.
Gotcha there. And don't forget to check them out also on the YouTube channel. My favorite Sonics are Sonic Youth and Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, and Sonic the Restaurant. Yeah, I do have... yeah, I do love those tots. Oh,
so good.
They're made from crack. Anyway, speaking of...
and cheese.
I don't believe that's going to be my segue to Mr. Tom Kosak. But speaking of
tots, you're talking about my tots again.
You got sunglasses on, so maybe that was a good segue.
Sonic shades.
I wear my sunglasses during the day.
Twice upon a time, Sonic shades.
Don't forget to check out the Revernomigon on his channel, Rebs, Raves, and Rants. How you doing there, Tom? The hashtag guru.
Okay, true story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Once upon a time, I auditioned for Phantom of the Opera because I could sing that high-pitched notes like nighttime sharpens. And I could do some Christine, like all I want is freedom. But now I strain my voice so poorly, so I'm like trying to get to Raoul. So no more talk of darkness. But every time I try to sing anymore, it sounds like, yeah, I'm Batman. It's this crazy thing.
Anyway, we lost.
That one.
Yeah, we just lost subscribers. There we go. And as you can see, the sign on the back of Tom, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much out there. Speaking of, well, gamers, Mackenzie, you're up. Unmute your mic, my dear. Unmute your mic. I had no segue.
That was my segue because, you know, since you were talking about Phantom of the Opera, I used to be able to sing Christine's part. I can't anymore. Yeah, I'm a low alto now, so I'm with the tenors.
That's okay, but the first play that I thought I could be an actor when I watched on stage was Bye Bye Birdie, and I auditioned for Little Abner. Abner.
Oh wow!
Ended up on Bye Bye Birdie, and I was the father to one of the daughters that was getting all in trouble out there. I don't remember his name. It wasn't really that memorable, trust me. There, Ramona, not going to talk about how many people broke their Sonics, like the felt tip marker and the Capaldi. So, yeah, I've had a few, replacement parts and stuff like that there happen. Speaking of the replacement parts, we're bringing in the Candyman. I don't know why we're going here.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Mark Robinson.
I know we get lost in translation, but you keep saying screwdrivers.
That's supersonic.
Yes.
That is a Bosch, and it's lights up. It's got everything that Sonic has.
It makes a noise.
And it actually does wood as well. It actually goes through wood, unlike the Sonic. So I hope you guys are doing okay.
We're doing fine there, my friend. How are you doing there? Thank you for the education on your drill.
Well, we always get lost in translation, don't we? So,
yes, we do. Absolutely. This shows everything lost in translation out there. And again, if you're just joining us, welcome. We are going to be talking about sonic screwdrivers. For those of you who are paying attention to what's been going on, it's been on the other Doctor Who podcast. The 14th Doctor's sonic screwdriver has been released. It's like sold out within just a few minutes. And now you can catch it on eBay for almost like 30 times the price now. But that is going to be Sonic. We're going to delve into it from what we've seen in the video. When I get a chance, I'll bring up the video. I'll try to do that on the commercial break. But here we are right now. We're going to be talking about our Sonics. And I just want to give you a brief history of the sonic screwdriver when it came to be. So it all started back when in 1968. This is when the first sonic screwdriver came out. Somebody mentioned that the first Doctor had it, but there's no proof of it right now that I'm aware of. But if you want to put it in the chats, if you know something that I don't, by all means, go for it. The first sonic screwdriver came up was from Fury of the Deep, and that was the second Doctor's story. And it was just kind of like a pen light for the most part out there. And all it did, literally the reason why it was mentioned as a sonic screwdriver, that's all it did. It was a screwdriver. That's it. It didn't have all these capabilities that you have today as almost the beyond a tricorder on Star Trek over there.
Utility stick.
Yeah, even getting close to Harry Potter's magic wand out there.
Kind of, yeah.
So this was from it all started in Fury of the Deep in 1968, and then it would make its reappearance in the Dominators, and finally it makes last appearance with the Second Doctor in the War Games. Flash forward later on, we're seeing it getting very popular between the Third Doctor and the Fourth Doctor. Third Doctor, actually, if I'm not mistaken, he used it to like, not a weapon, but he was like blowing up stuff and like that. And then the Fourth Doctor comes along, brings on his sonic, and as you notice, it also evolves as the Doctors evolve, and it becomes more personable to each and every Doctor. And I think, with the exception of the First Doctor, it eventually every Doctor has their kind of own sonic, with the exception of the Fifth Doctor. He had his sonic, and then all of a sudden, right around, I'm trying to remember the year, I think it was 1982, 1983, the Doctor was in an episode called The Visitation. And that was the last time we would see the sonic screwdriver for quite some time, because it was actually destroyed. And I remember right, Mark, he said something like, something to the fact that I feel like you just killed my best friend. And I think, Mark, give me clarification on this. They actually did away with the sonic screwdriver to make it more appealing to the boys, because he started becoming like MacGyver. He was using other items to get out of sticky situations. They didn't think it was right to have it like a get out of jail free.
It was like similar to K9. Like K9 got overused. Like if there's a danger, K9 will be to the rescue, and if there's a pothole in the storyline, it's K9 to the rescue. And the Sonic became something like that in the Fifth Doctor,
right?
Until the guy destroyed it, and literally from there onwards, we didn't really see the sonic screwdriver until pretty much until after '87. There was a
nice.
Sonic Pez.
Sonic Pez dispenser.
However, the Sixth Doctor did use a sonic lance in his story, but it wasn't a sonic screwdriver. But yeah, when the guy shot the sonic driver, Pete Davidson, it feels like I've just lost my best friend.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "You're probably going to join him soon." So so basically, I think that basically the Sonic was just literally just like a get out free card in Monopoly.
Right, and I think if I'm not mistaken, John Nathan Turner and the team were trying to make it so that it would be an item. Like I think at one point the Doctor rescues himself with a cricket ball when he's stuck out in outer space. So they were looking for items that kids could just find at home and use. Like I said, almost MacGyverish, where they would get themselves out of trouble, and that's more of the history of it. What in the world is
I got a cricket ball too.
Oh my god!
Of
My
course
goodness!
you would have a cricket ball. Of course.
My banana's in the other room,
and it's still fresh.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. Anyway, so we would see the Sonic Lance, and we would not see the Sonic Screwdriver reappear again until the 1996 TV movie. It makes an appearance. The Doctor uses it to lock up the remains of the Master, which didn't work out too well, and then it makes an appearance with Chang Li as he's going through the Doctor's things, and it makes its final appearance in the movie where you can see it in his right. Oh, sorry. Let me take that thing out. I'm doing everything. Sorry, guys. So everything tonight out there. Right. Shut it. You can't do what I do. Now, later would come on. The Eighth Doctor would have his own sonic screwdriver, but this would come in the form of Big Finish. And this would take place, years after. I don't remember when the Eighth Doctor finally got his own sonic screwdriver, but there it is. And this is for the Big Finish on. And I think the first appearance of this was Dark Eyes, if I'm not mistaken. Later
Dark
on,
Skies, yeah.
Dark Eyes.
I think the Sonic's called Dark Skies.
Yes.
Dark Eyes.
Dark Eyes. Dark Eyes. Yeah, the whole series of when he went to go with the the new outfit based on his father was in the Navy.
Yes.
So we went with the trench. We went with the pea coat and the fancy. I want that Sonic never made before screwdriver.
And more importantly, a haircut. He did not want to wear the wig. And even though it's just an audiobook, he said his doctor was not going to have that wig anymore. So there you go out there.
Respect.
Next up is the War Doctor. And that is his Sonic, a little bit more simpler in the casing. And then we move on to, we're jumping forth, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. We're going now to the Ninth Doctor, which is more of a smaller version of it. And now we're seeing that the Sonic can do a lot more than just take out, unlock doors and unbolt screws, but you can do a lot more. It was doing medical diagnosis on the zombie gas mask zombies, and then it continued on through the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, and then later on David Tennant would regenerate and become Matt Smith, and we have compensating Sonic screwdriver there. That's kind of one of my favorites out there. That's one of my favorites. I kind of liked it that had that little extender thing, and then it closed back up again. If you really want to be really silly, I once did see at one of the vendors out in one of the conventions the Sonic tongs. Yes.
A Sonic Spork.
I do have a. Oh God, thank you. I have a Sonic Spork. I knew I forgot something.
It doesn't do anything.
Wait. Let me keep that Spork up. Hang on a second.
It's just a Spork. Doesn't do anything, but it sporks.
Yeah, I have that. I was given to buy a gift there too. Yeah, comes great with all the fast food stuff.
With the 11th Sonic as well. With 11th Sonic as well, they also did a Wii remote control.
They did do a Wii remote control and a regular remote control, a universal remote for your TV and stuff.
Yep. So, everything was 11th. 11th was probably the most popular Sonic ever been made in all its, from sporks to chopsticks to remote controls to actually
it was peak New Who, so yeah. It was like the peak of New Who.
Yes, as Dan puts it, techno magic wand. And our good girl Gadget, who runs our website. We're still working on it. I apologize. Our website is kind of still having technical issues, but we are working on it to get it resolved. Hey, guys, the new Sonic reminds me of the Build Your Own kit when they released that years ago. I do remember, you could build your own stuff. I'm trying to catch up. I'm doing everything on the shows, folks, so I just want to say hello to Morgan. Hello to Ramona. Hello, Professor Alita Black. Hello, Morgan. Hello, Dan. Hello, Gadget. Andrew Morris, thank you for joining us. CBVR, thank you so much for joining us tonight out there, and everybody who's going out there. Oh, Ocean Man. There you go. He's got a comment. I'm currently waiting for the new Sonic to be delivered. I was lucky to order it before it was sold out. Okay.
Nice.
We're coming to your house, Ocean Man. I want to see this thing. Oh, good. I'm not late after all. No, you're fine, Dan. And I know, don't forget to check out Dan and the Last Man Standing on his podcast out there. So, by all means, check it out there. Continuing on, the first appearance of a Sonic screwdriver that I was so happy to see because I just thought it was cool that it just popped out of the console and he grabs it in the air is the current 12th Doctor's. And it has 4 settings to it, which I thought was amazing. And we might have a demonstration for you of that particular Sonic. Who knows? But we'll see out there. And of course, Jody's made from Sheffield spoons, if I'm not mistaken, with the rotating crystal head out there. It has 2 buttons. You can see the trigger finger and the thumb. One has a button that just lights it up, and one of them has it. I hear it somewhere. Okay, hang on.
I need that.
Got it. There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
Kenzie and I both have it.
Except that mine doesn't work currently because the batteries are dead. Because I kind of
it's the same thing. The batteries dry out on this thing really
fast.
Well, mine is kind of like my excuse is I accidentally threw it in the wash. Whoops.
What? Jeez.
What?
It was
my 13th Doctor pocket, and I forgot to take it out, and so it went to the wash.
That's very 13th Doctor of you, at least.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There it is. And we have other discussions about other Sonics that existed in the WHOniverse, but we'll be going over that very shortly. We're going to be going to commercial break very soon. But just to give you a sneak preview, here is the 14th Doctor's Sonic. And I'm going to try to pull up the video if I can. Give me a second here. But this is what the sonic screwdriver will be for the 14th Doctor. And as you can see, it has, it's remnant of 3 Doctors. And I know Faith was saying it doesn't have the 4th Doctor here, but if you watch the video, the bit at the end rotates. And none of the other screwdrivers have ever rotated except for hers. So I'm wondering if that's the way that they attributed for that.
Yeah.
Hang on one second.
You know that 3D print of Soundwave transforming into the TARDIS, Decepticon Soundwave? This would be his sonic screwdriver because the tip of the sonic screwdriver looks like Soundwave's weapon. I thought about that when I was walking around Ross looking for toys.
Oh, okay. Well,
Soundwave, transform!
Well, hang on a second. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the video, just in case you haven't seen the video as of yet. If this is your first time seeing it, cool. Let's go ahead and present it. Make sure the audio is on. And there we go. And lo and behold, guys, tell me, for whatever reason, I can't hear the audio. So if you guys can just give me a shout out once I start playing it, just let me know. Let's go ahead. Where's the... Yep, let's expand to full screen. And ladies and gentlemen, lo and behold, from the Doctor Who website, from the Doctor Who YouTube channel, here is your 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. If you haven't seen the trailer for this, here we go. And the audio is playing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I wonder if Murray wrote this.
Possibly. See, at the end it rotates, so I think that's because you don't see anything. You don't see anything physically from hers in there, but that part supposedly rotates. Now this is the part that just really is strange, but I like it.
Neutrons, electrons, protons.
Yes. So there you go. That is the 14th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. And I'll stop sharing there. What do you guys think of it? Well, you know what? Let's hold that thought because we got a commercial break. When we return, we're going to be discussing about the 14th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. Everybody gets to go into the chats and tell us what you think of this screwdriver. And when we return, please continue to stay logged on, tune in, become part of the legend, after which we will be talking about our personal favorite sonic screwdrivers. So hang tight, folks. We'll be right back.
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you, the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now. Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Floor, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
If you can do me a favor, write a book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to Doctor Who so I don't keep futzing it up every single time. Then I won't feel so bad there.
Maybe you should have the equivalent of a swear jar, except every time you say hitchhikers, you have to put money in a jar.
Oh, shush. If I were a rich man. If I was. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. Of course, if you haven't heard already, we have a 14th Doctor Sonic screwdriver. Today, we're just doing a little bit of a history lesson. We're discussing what we think about the 14th Doctor's new Sonic. And that is kind of big now that I'm looking at it. Wow, that is a handful right there. And more discussions about that. And later on, we're going to be talking about our favorite Sonic screwdrivers as we move along this path throughout the Whoniverse out there. My name again is Christian Basil. Welcome. Kevo, Risse for X is for show all the way down at the end. The Reverend Amagon at Rebs, Raves, and Brants, all both on YouTube. The Candyman right down below, the sweet British perspective. And all the way at the very end, check her out on her twitch.tv/Mackenzie Floor, because game playing is her thing, and we love it when she plays games. And occasionally you'll see me torture her out there, especially with her death count. But that's an insider thing out there. So everybody, and everybody, again, if you're in the chats, please go ahead and tell us what you think. Right now, we're going to be discussing what you see here right now. The 14th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. And if you can see, there are influences from the prior 3 Doctors, 9, 10, and 11. 12 has a little bit of a hint maybe at the top.
Yeah, like the shape of the head, kind of.
Right.
But the tip is from the War Doctor.
The tip is...
Oh.
Yeah, I watched the video on that. So, yeah.
Okay.
I see it. I see it.
No, I see it too.
War, 9, 10, 11, 12. Soundwave from Decepticons.
So that's where you're coming with the Soundwave. And those sides over there, those spires, I guess for a better term, or the leaves that pop out, those light up. I'm curious what this Sonic does. It just does the same things that the Sonic's been used for over and over again, or if there's something else going on here. And of course, if for all of you who are in the chats, please let us know out there. Ocean Man says we had a nice chat at MegaCon. Oh, good. I'll try to bring it by the next convention I see you, and it won't be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. It's okay, cool. I'm not going to be at Tampa Bay either. I'm just letting you know our next, and we'll be announcing it later, either today or tomorrow. We have locked in a convention for November at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. I'll be giving more details about that, but unfortunately, we're not going to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. I believe Faith, who cosplays our 13th Doctor, as well as Clara and Melanie Dean, who is our co-host, and she usually does the producing one, but I'm doing everything right now. So good luck to me. She's taking a nap. She and Dave have been at different conventions, and I know that they're wildly exhausted. She got in, if I'm not mistaken, at the same time she had to work this morning. So she had to come in. I think she came in this morning on the flight, and then she had to go to work right after. I'm like, my God, that's some discipline that I can't even pull off. I need my sleep out there. So, Kev, I'm going to take it away with you. What do you think? Let's just do a little small survey. One, let's do the 10 TARDISes, 10 being great. One, how would you rate the Sonic there, Kevo?
7.
7. So what do you get in the impression about that? And everybody in the chats, go ahead and give us a number count, what you think between 1 and 10. 10 being awesome, 1 being, why would you rate it 7? And what was good, what's bad about what you see there?
I mostly like it. I like that it's a thick boy. I kind of like the grapplers on the side, but they look a little flimsy, and I don't like that you have to push them up with your own thumb. Like, the coolest thing about 11 Screwdriver is that it's spring-loaded. Like, even like when he would flick it, that was really cool. But so if like you have to push it up and down, that mechanism is probably going to hold a little longer, but still. It's just a little too much like 10s, which I loved, but something a little newer would have been cool. Maybe even just a different color on the base, like darker.
Gotcha, because I wish I had a pointer that I could put it up over there. But you see, 11 points there. The middle part is 9, 10. And the top part is still kind of 11-ish with the spires coming out, and then 12 kind of rides it up over there. And maybe, I don't know if that twist handle rotates, but maybe that's a 13th marker, because that's what we saw in the video. I can't wait to see if somebody's got it out there yet. So, Mackenzie, would you rate the Sonic?
Honestly, I would probably give it an 8.
Okay.
I agree with a lot of the stuff that Kevo says there. I like the design. My thing is, I think my decision, like for rating, is a little too pre-early because I still want to understand how the 14th Doctor kind of fits in and why it's Tennant, other than just nostalgic or desperation from BBC. And if there is, like, if it has to do with someone like the Master or a different villain, that there might be an explanation of why that fits, then I would give it a higher rating. But as for right now, I'm just going to say an 8 because I just don't feel like it's unique enough, and it's not really bringing the show forward. It's just more nostalgic, which is, there's something wrong with that. But at the same time,
you want more.
Yeah, I want more. I want more.
My fear is, as a device, and you were mentioning, Kevo, those spires, I feel like, because if you look at 11s, let me take down the picture, and let me bring up myself. If you look at 11, this one, over time, it's just wear and tear.
Yeah.
And these things kind of lock up in there. That was my concern over there. Now, this one is I think the first attempt at 11s, because I don't think this one works. Jeez, I mean, this is just all. I got to get a new one.
At least Risse is in one piece.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mine
exactly.
isn't in one piece, and that's why I have a remote version of it.
Well, confessingly, I don't tell people when we go to the conventions that this is a Wish Sonic, because I was not going to spend $100 on a new one. They were $35 at one point, but it has the button up here on this side. There we go. And it finally lights up. Whereas when there were tracks, it doesn't work for some odd reason. Well, it's not even closing, but I like the fact that it still kind of works and does have the different sounds to it. But again, this was something that, over time, over wear and tear, you need like 5 of these just in case one of them broke. And it was, it's just kind of mind-numbing out there to deal with. So I'm worried that those things, I'm hoping it's, a little more rigid than just these plastic pieces. After 3 uses, it's going to break off, or it's not going to unfold right, or something like that. I hope they really put this to the test out there. Morgan Haynes says, I absolutely love it. I'm getting a lot of 910 vibes, which is nostalgic to me. Yeah. I know, Mackenzie, you don't like the memory berries on this one, but I kind of do to a minute. It's almost like and I wonder if it's telling the story, because it's bringing back the David Tennant's Doctor version of the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like, is there something this Sonic is saying? Like everything goes around comes back around, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, hey, Megan, I'll get to your chat in just a second there. We're going through all the chats, and I apologize. Elba, this is the first time I'm seeing you out there, so thank you and joining us. Welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel out there. Tom, how would you rate this Sonic? And everybody who's in the chats, please rate the Sonic. Tell us what you think about this one. Thank you, Morgan, for responding to that. What between 1 and 10, what do you think about this Sonic screwdriver?
I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days, and I'll give it a 7, only because
okay.
For the toy wise, yes, I want it. My ex-girlfriend wants it. Lovely lady cosplayer in the UK wants it. I want her.
Hey,
hello there.
Boy, sound boy.
Yes. Well, the whole thing about because RTD comes back, who would you like to see as your Doctor? David Tennant. Who would you like to see as your companion? Catherine Tate. And what would you like to see as Sonic? 10th Doctor, but because the 14th Doctor has memories of what the 11th Doctor's Sonic was like with the opening up the hatch there, and the 12th Doctor. So this is his Sonic 2.0 kind of thing. It has all these gadgets and everything, can do everything that he could not have as the 10th Doctor. So yeah, understandable. For the purpose of a sonic screwdriver, if it can do all these things, will it go to Shooty? I would believe so, because they'd spend all this
I don't know.
research and development for it. That has to go straight to Shooty and keep it going, much like I believe the TARDIS will be the same. So give it a go, see how it works, see if it actually works on wood for a change,
Hey,
I think it's all going to change over, actually. I don't think it'll go to Shooty.
Whoa.
Mackenzie, Mark, do you think this is going to end up in Shooty's possession, or do you think he's going to get a whole totally new one? It's going to be short run, that's definitely for sure, if it does.
Okay, what the rumors are, and please take this as a pinch of salt. For buzzwords is degeneration.
Okay,
and it looks like it's only going to be for the 60th, and Shooty's going to get a new one. On this screwdriver, on the Sonic screwdriver you're showing at the moment, it's by character options, and the bottom bit doesn't move on it. However, I have found a video which has 4 secret features on it.
Really?
So yes, the lights change color.
Yes.
Okay,
awesome.
so like 12 Sonic.
Okay, now I like it more.
Right, I've just gonna put
Did it say what
link.
Colors?
I'll put the link in the chats because it's not a standard like how the 12th Doctor was. You press it in a certain way, press it in another way. You have to reset it to get the different colors. And it goes through 3.5 different colors.
Oh, I got you. Well, just so everybody knows what Mark's talking about, this is 12 Sonic screwdriver, and actually has 4 ways to light up over there, and it also changes tone when it does that. You have a button right here that goes up and down. The first one going up, it has that green light. Pull it down, and it has a blue light. Now, what you have to do is you have to thumb it real fast, like one up and then hit it again, and then you get this effect going. Of course, the sound changes. Everybody's playing Sonic. And then on the blue side, it does a rotating thing. Oh, sorry.
It does?
I'll let my camera get back in the
refocus.
Yeah, refocus. And there it goes, the blue rotating around the Sonic. So it's got different light features. So it's going to be similar to the 12th Doctor, that it's going to change different light features. But you said there were only 3 changes in the light, right?
Sort of. There is a 0.5 of the color.
Cool. I didn't know I could do
that. On this one here, I heard that
it's destination. Go ahead.
There's going to be another version of this, of the 60th, released by character options. So the rumor says, and it's rather than being chrome, it will go plastic.
That makes
so
sense.
That's going to be modeled down, because at the moment this is retailing from character options at $29.99 UK pounds.
Uh-huh.
But the plastic one might be cheaper, but we don't know. The other possibility that you never know, they might get some more back in stock.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally checking the character options website every day to see whether or not anything's going to be changed on the website. Remember, this is the 60th anniversary version of a sonic screwdriver. So
Right.
this is going to be quite in. Go along with Shooties, hence why he might be getting a new Sonic, because it's not the 60th anniversary.
So this is playing on the 60th anniversary, and it does feel like this Sonic kind of wraps it up from the restart in 2005, going all the way up to Jodie's time, and this is kind of an encapsulation of all that. So okay, I get it. That's why they're kind of memory bearing it. I think Mark, did I ask you for a rating on this yet? Or
I think it's a little bit too chunky for me. I would probably like it to be a little bit thinner. I think that I wish the secret features could be accessed by the button on the outside, rather than the video which I put in the link, which you can show in the after party. So I reckon I'll give it probably a 7.5 to 8.
Okay. I kind of give this 8 because I do like the memory berries on this. I kind of wish that the spires, instead of sticking out, they actually retracted like the 11th Doctor Sonic. And they came down. And then when they came down, the light would change. And when they came back up, it would be a different form with a different light. That's my take on it. Just because I get the feeling this is going to break easily, especially now if it's going to be plastic. Yeah. And you saw how the 11th Doctor screwdriver works so well. Sometimes, like you saw my version of it. It was just chunky. I don't know. I would actually have to put a grip on that, but I see what you're saying. If it's something like cosplayers running around and pulling it out of their pocket, how hard will this to be utilized so that people can run around and stuff. But I like it. I want to see it. I want to get it. And unfortunately, all of our means to get it right now have been sold out there. So, again, if you haven't put your ratings in, please go ahead and do so now. Let's see here. Ocean Man, he says 10 out of 10. You might find yourself revisiting a few of the old favorites. That's what I'm saying. It looks like this is what's going to be. We're going to say hi to Serial Designation. I got a chance to it. And everybody, please forgive me. I'm going through the chats as fast as I can while producing the show. But again, give us your ratings. We're going to go ahead and commercial break. When we return, we're going to talk about our favorite sonic screwdrivers and give you some ideas of what they look like. Also, sonic screwdrivers that you may have forgotten over time that exist out there. We're going to be discussing the weird, the bizarre, but the fun stuff. When we return, we're going to continue on with your discussion. Now's a good time to go ahead and put into the chat what your favorite sonic screwdriver is. When we return, please continue to stay logged on. Tune in. We will be right back.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
Hi, my name is JAIMIE ENGLE, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered, with stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go, but you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at TheRatHole.ca. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
That commercial is for real. Yes, the toilet papers are for real. Yes, 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 yes. That whole thing is for real. Not only that, but JAIMIE ENGLE, congratulations. She is now a screenwriter for a movie called Just Jake. Follow her up on her website to get more information, not only to get the toilet papers for yourself, but also check out how that movie's doing, when it's going to premiere, and where you can see JAIMIE's movie. So congratulations on her screenwriting at IMDb. And she's a screenwriter. She's going to go to Hollywood right now. And welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. We are talking sonic screwdrivers. I'm here with Kevo. I'm here with Tom. I'm here with Mark. And I'm here with Mackenzie. We are talking now about our favorite sonic screwdrivers. Please put your favorite into the chats as well. Let me go ahead and read the chats before we go ahead and get started, because some people have already told us. Nicobat says, 11s is my favorite, especially I especially love all of the weird damage it goes through during his tenure, like being eaten by a shark. That is kind of cool out there. Ocean Man says, I'm currently waiting for my new Sonic to be delivered. I was lucky to order it before. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Good luck. I hope you get it. I want to see that out there. And he continues, fun facts, guys, on the online exclusive are the only ones that have the chrome finish. That will be a retail version, but it will be lesser quality and no chrome on it. Andrew Moore says, I like the design a lot. I did my own design from set photos, which are very similar, but had a cut crystal, a bit like the 8th Doctor's Dark Eye Sonic, and slightly thicker fins near the top, more like 12s out there. Elba Bar, hello. Thank you for chatting with us. Awesome. What I've seen so far of the sonic screwdriver, it's really cool, and he's doing a hell of a lot of amazing things with it. And, of course, we already had brought in Morgan. Morgan gives it a 10, so cool beans there, Morgan, out there. Let's go ahead and discuss our favorite Sonics, and at random, no particular order. The lovely Mackenzie Floor, what Sonic did you pick as being your favorite, and tell us why?
Well, mine is 11s, and it's because I have for me, I have a very personal kind of story connection to it. I didn't have, first off, for those who don't know, my Rated One series, the main character is written for Matt Smith. So I have a little bit of a personal kind of following, or how would you word it, say that I feel very nostalgic when it comes to the 11th Doctor in general. But for me, one of the reasons I like the 11th Doctor Sonic is going back to the 50th anniversary. I actually saw it in theater, and I have this pesky fly around my face, so I apologize.
Sonic the Fly, Sonic the Fly, Sonic again.
I was in the movie theater, and a little kid dropped their sonic screwdriver in front of me, or in where they were seated in front, and I picked it up. I went to try to find the person, and of course could not find it. I went to the desk, and they're like, no, you just take it, it's just a toy. I'm like, but this belongs to a kid. And they're like, no, you take it. So that was my very first time getting the sonic screwdriver. This happens to be the remote version, but this is one of those where it has a fault to it. Yeah. First, this version doesn't have the ability to do what Christian's version does. But the other problem with it is that if you try to change the batteries in this, and there's like 4 screws. If one of them falls out, it dies. And that's what happened to me. So I've had this thing since the 50th anniversary. The batteries ran out. I think I used it maybe twice, and then the screw fell out, and well, now it's a dud. So I can't really use it at all. But it's very heavy feeling compared to like the retail version of the Sonic. So that's one of the reasons I like it. I do have Christian's version, in fact, but mine's in like, it is a one piece, but I have to be careful when I
it doesn't stay in one piece.
It doesn't. In fact, when I did I won the gold medal for the Literary Classic Awards for The Right of Wands. And the funny thing is I at one of the signings that was out there, which the weather there was just kind of really wibbly wobbly, as it goes in there. While I was getting ready to sign, I was playing around with the Sonic, and it goes whew, and it flies like at least probably 2 feet from where I was. I'm like,
new feature.
And of course everyone's laughing. I'm like, well, at least I'm 11 here. So I
kind of like a loaded rocket. You put the spring, you pull it down, you push a button, and now my Sonic can attack you.
Yeah. So I always go like when I'm about to like have mine actually go up, I put my hand over it, and it's only happened that one time, but that's more like the one time I don't cover it, it'll do it.
Right. Megan is asking, is this screwdriver the new one that is going to belong to Shooty? We don't know. We don't know as of yet. So we're looking maybe it won't, because we feel like everybody's kind of hinting that it's more of a nostalgic feel to it rather than it might go to Shooty. I feel bad that it's only going to be for 3 episodes and that's it. We'll never see it again if that's the case. Yeah. But
it's the War Doctors was 1, so
that's true.
But he needed a Sonic. I think, and plus it added to the story his Sonic. It added
something to remember about Russell's whole return is that he wrote the BBC after doing all that stuff during lockdown and was like, "Could I write a special that's David Tennant and Catherine Tate?" And they were like, "Will you just come back to work?" So this started for him as he was going to write a nostalgia special and then whatever. So I think that also hints at the idea that a lot of this is probably going to be really nostalgic. And that's okay.
Andrew Moore says, I need to have one to give it a proper rating. I currently will give it a 7, but I like the promo for it. Very good marketing. I do like it. The marketing for this, it was kind of cool. It really delved into it and made it like its own feature of the story there. Hopefully for the price and the lead time they had for it, it'll make it a good quality item. I hope so. I'm really not looking forward to having plastic. It's plastic, but it is what it is out there.
I'm just wondering.
Sure.
With the new 14th, I'm not sure whether or not it's not going to happen in the toy version or the model, but in the special effects, when it flips down, like how it projects, so it'll project that image of what the Doctor's doing. So actually, when the wings come out, it projects like a VDU unit above the Sonic. So rather than the Doctor going, "Oh yes, this is now blah blah blah," yeah, we've got X amount of time, just reading into a thing which doesn't. It actually tells the Doctor what he actually.
Yeah, we have this imaginary tricorder reading that we get because they just read the song. I'm like, how is that a thing? Why?
But now they can do like the holographic tricorders from later Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. That'd be really cool.
Well, if they play it right,
cheap to do now.
No, I understand. I just, for me, it's nothing bad about it. It's just that it was only supposed to, there seems to be 2 arguments about this, for the Sonic screwdriver. Here's the Third Doctor's. And actually, Mark, I'm going to have you up since I got the Third Doctor Sonic screwdriver. There's that thing where it's, the whole idea of the Sonic was just to get him out of, if he was trapped in, a place, or if he was taking out screws. Now this can be, like I said, it's the ultimate Harry Potter's wand now. And I think it's just giving too much of a gimme to the Doctor to get away from some stuff, so we can just Sonic it and that's it. And it's just like, well, you're making it too easy for the story. For me, I don't know. I wanted to have some kind of limitation, but I do think Moffat's right. When you've been around for thousands of years and this is your instrument, you're probably going to tinker with it. You know, you've been on an adventure and said, well, you know what? I wish my Sonic could have done this. And now you've altered it and upgraded, so you make it happen, so you can do it like this. Do you know what the Sonic reminds me of? Do you remember Gremlins?
Yeah.
Remember the father who had that? I forgot what the item was called, and anybody can put it in the chats out there. But the father was selling this item that kept breaking.
Yeah.
Do you remember that in Gremlins? Yeah, everybody's going to be so. Put it in the chats if you remember what the device was. But he was a salesman. He was an inventor. He was trying to sell something, and every once in a while, something on the item would break, like the toothpaste, and it had a razor for shaving and all that. And just some weird kind of stuff.
This is like the Doctor's Swiss Army survival knife.
Yeah.
You literally, it has everything on it.
Speaking of which, Mark, I was pulling you up because we were talking about the Third Doctor Sonic, and that was the one you picked as your favorite. So tell us why you picked that particular Sonic as your favorite.
Right. I like the Sonic because I love this yellow and black line. Because in that, it looks like in the UK, you like explosion. And as the Third Doctor, you pretty much use this as a detonator.
Oh, really? So it's kind of like a hazard tape.
Yeah, it's hazard tape.
Oh, okay. For the longest time, it reminded me of, if you remember getting a barber shop with the things that go like that. That's what it reminded me of.
But the what's it called? The barber shops are normally white and red.
Right.
And this is yellow and black, which is normally in the UK is hazard signs. And especially when you as you see at the top, it's got a little point pointing out, so it's always directional. So you will never know which way you'll be pointing it at.
Right.
Whether or not it was to undo stuff. Amount of time you used to try to use the Sonic on Bessie or try to fix stuff with the Sonic, and it was more like a proper a toolkit and a thing, but it wasn't really like a reader. It'll just literally just try to cross priorities and blow things up, and that's why I like it, because it's nice. And I still kept it in the original box.
Yeah, I should have kept mine in there, but I like playing with them.
Yeah, there's some I play with, but when anything which is I want to keep, I would have it in the box. So I don't think this is I think they've done a re-release of 4 different screwdrivers at the time. And this was one of the collection, and that's the thing which is quite interesting, because on the actual screen, I'm not sure if you can see it, it actually says the Third Doctor version 2 Sonic screwdriver.
Right.
Yeah. Christian and I have number 1. You have number 2. My number 2 is also in the package. I don't want to remove it because it costs me some money for that. So I just keep the one with the red top.
And what's the difference?
Christian, you and I have the red one, and Mark and I keep the sealed one, and it's brown.
It's like it's like a burgundy color.
Burgundy, yeah.
Gotcha.
Like the one I used on
the only thing I don't like is this is loose.
Yeah, mine too. Exactly. I was playing with mine. I was like, it's loose. They're all loose.
Gotcha out there. So, Kevo, you're up. I have a special picture to put up there. Your favorite Sonic. We got to make sure.
Heck yeah. Like Mackenzie, I also love the 11th Doctors because I love the spring action, and I loved 12 using the 11th Doctors because I loved that he had so many. But of the ones he had, these were my favorite. I just thought they were so silly and fun, and they did a lot of really interesting things with them in the limited time that they used them. What is this? Yeah.
Bart says I kind of like the sunglass version of the Sonic, but I gave that new Sonic an 8 out of 10. I have not seen it work yet. Yeah, and that's a fair assumption, Elba. It's right that, but yeah, I'm kind of in the minority too. I do like the Sonic sunglasses. I truly thought they would catch on. Yeah, they were fun. And it was just like people were like, "Oh, really? Is that going to be a thing?" And it's like, I kind of liked it was a thing for a short time, but I guess not. So
He got a real one eventually, so
yeah.
I feel like that justifies it. You know, they're just fun. I'd love to see something like it again. I'd love to see them, you know, expanding on what the Doctor's tech can do. Maybe if they pull back on the sonic screwdriver, they can introduce new instruments or something. I don't know. But, you know, this is supposed to be fun, and these were funny.
Speaking of fun, you had another Sonic that you wanted to introduce
Yes.
us, please.
We talked about in the chat. There's another
Yes, we
Sonic that
did.
definitely deserves an honorary mention. I don't have one of those. The closest I have is Rivers, which it's got the red light. But I love that Sarah Jane got her little Sonic lipstick in the Sarah Jane Adventures. It's compact and cute. I feel like it had a lot fewer features than a regular Sonic, which is good. It also came when you got the toy. It came with, she had, I don't think it was a Sonic watch, but there was something about her watch that it could detect alien life. Like, they gave her a bunch of gadgets, and that was really cool. And Sarah Jane deserves a Sonic. She worked really hard.
Well, not only
So,
that, but
heck yeah.
the Doctor gave her K9
Yeah.
because I think he knew that he wanted to take care of her, and I think he knew that things were going to go down when she got back to Earth. So after he returned to Earth, I'm sure that whole Sonic thing came like, yeah, Sonic's lipstick. Of course, it's appropriate for her because, you know, it's small, it's compact, and she's a lady, so she's got that Sonic lipstick thing. I wonder if it actually works as a lipstick. I wonder if they ever.
It would today, I bet.
They could probably pull it off for today out there, yeah.
If they passed it to Joe, it would.
And we have some other bizarre Sonics that we have yet to go over, but we want to make sure.
Like Rivers?
Like Rivers, yeah. Do you want to, since you're, go for it, Mackenzie.
Yeah, I don't have it as a model, but it was a cool Sonic screwdriver. It was a Sonic that River Song claimed that, and we did see during 12th era that she did receive a Sonic from the 12th Doctor. Right. And it was one of those it was like the introductory story for the 10th Doctor, how River and 10 came together for the very first time, and what her significance was to him, and how we knew that she was going to become something more than just, or at least we thought, at least by one episode, because of the fact that it seemed like they were going in the reverse order, and that was what she was hinting at. And so she is for me, she is one of my favorite characters that's ever been created for Doctor Who. And there's rumors that we might see her again. So who's to say? You know, it could happen.
Well, technically, according to Riversong, she's seen all the Doctors. So live long, Alex Kingston. So hopefully you will be able to see all the Doctors as we continue on out there. And let me go ahead, just skim through the chats real fast to see what we got over there. Megan continues, my favorite Sonic screwdriver is Jody's.
I do love it.
Screwdriver out there.
I love the yellow.
What is really interesting about Jodie's homemade Sheffield steel thing? Yeah. There's a place in Sheffield called the Magna Science Centre, and that is actually in an old steelworks. So you can actually still see all the old how they used to make steel, because Sheffield is famous for its steel.
Oh, okay.
It's up north. And one of the steel factories, which is now being discontinued, is now being repurposed as a science museum.
Gotcha.
So we've got different levels of different science experiments you can do as you go through the thing. Nice. And one of the things you see is when literally, you know, in Star Wars, when they're building the droids, and we got all the steel stuff in it, exactly the same.
Gotcha. Nicobat says, my favorite is 11s. It's pretty much all purpose except for wood, of course. I really love all the weird... we already talked about it, especially being eaten by the space shark out there. Andrew says, my favorites are 3, 8, Dark Eyes, and 12. And we've got Ocean Man on there. Hopefully we get to watch the 60th in theaters. That would be cool.
Ooh,
that theater crowd for the 5th year. So would you go to the theater for 3 days, or do you think they should run all 3 episodes together?
Depends on the length, but if it's only an hour each, you could probably do that in a day.
You could probably chain it up.
Gotcha. Honestly, you could probably fit all of them. I mean, I'm one of those, when the Lord of the Rings trilogy came out, I went and I saw all 3 extended editions back to back to back in the theater. So I was able to do it, and that would probably be twice as long as what all the Doctor Who episodes combined would be in this case. So yeah, absolutely, people would do it. The diehards would definitely do it.
And Andrew says when the Doctor was blind, the sunglasses really worked out well for him. And Tom, what was your favorite Sonic?
Quick question. Do you want to do this in the after party or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and move it to the after party out there. Yeah. So Tom and I will be revealing our Sonics in just a moment out there. For those of you who are listening on our audio versions and especially sci-fi.radio, thank you for joining us. If you want to continue on, please move over to the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. Let me just put this guy out here. There you go. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah. For those of you who have joined us on our or listening to us, you can join us if you want to listen to us on iHeartRadio, sci-fi.radio, Odyssey, Spotify, Spreaker, Podbean, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast right now. Please go ahead over to youtube.com/The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, over 3,200 folks strong. Over on our Facebook page at facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS, almost 71,000 strong. I'm having too much fun.
I'll keep doing it while I'm up here. Huh?
That's right. You can do like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the video. There's this woman who's shouting in the car that she wants to go to Wingstop, and there's a drummer playing. That's what's reminding me of right now.
I'll take it, man.
Based off the emote.
Well, that's what's
A very popular Twitch emote that goes around. It started with Star Wars, I think, and then it has evolved where I've seen it as different versions of like a cat, a bunny rabbit. I've seen all kinds of ones. And then that's what they do, just that.
For those of you still watching, you can keep watching. We're going to be going into our after party. Tom and I were going to reveal our answers. And plus, we're going to reveal something that I just found out recently. Doctor Who Podcast Appreciation Day. What is that? Have no clue, but please stick around. We're going to be talking about that. And those of you on the audio, thank you so much for joining us. For those of you watching, stick around. We'll be right back right after this tiny little blip glitch. And we'll continue on with Tom as far as he's discussing. Everybody else, thank you for joining us. Please stay safe. And for those of you watching, we'll be right back. Curious, is everything playing right? Because for some reason I have a delay when the video shows up on my side of things. Almost like a 5-second delay.
I just have a lag.
I have a lag out there. So Tom, without further ado, please let us know what was your Sonic that you picked.
I forgot what I told you.
Oh, jeez.
I remember the.
I really need to give you a hint. There you go.
Well, that was the third one. It's the third one is the 9th, 10th Doctor, which I customized mine to black and gold for alma mater purposes. My first favorite one is the one for Big Finish. It was the second one. I just can't remember. I know this when the build Sonics, the temporal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Something.
Yeah.
That's why I've been trying to take out the stupid battery out of this thing, and I can't.
Same.
Okay, we got to discuss that. I'm flipping over here. For the people who make these things, we're looking for AA and AAA battery holders. I mean, you get look. This could fit. You just put the battery.
Single AAA.
Yeah.
Single AAA. Single. I don't mind buying like 5 AAAs as long as the whole purpose when you take these things apart and you have to go in there to take out the batteries and stuff. And those batteries are not cheap because I don't know. They're not cheap by any means of the imagination.
Not at
for those
all.
And then you have to go to a Costco or a Sam's to get them, or whether you can have like one little, big AA fitting right in here. I know I'm being a jerk about this, but I'm just like, dude, I mean, like that's the kind of batteries over here. You have to go and you have to sit there and you just have to put them in one at a time, and it's annoying. It's very annoying. And just like, please give us AA and AAA battery replacements. Such easier, and they're plus we can do that. Tom, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry. Yeah,
we talked about the first Doctor. It was on the Lego movie where the first Doctor had a sonic screwdriver, and it just so happened to eBay when I was looking for another pen light to represent the second Doctor, I saw this say, okay, I can use that. And that's when I saw the Lego. So my first Doctor, my second one for second Doctor, the actual whistle, which was used for Underwater Menace. I can't remember much. But that was the second Doctors also had that. I just don't have the blue handle. All the other ones.
Thank you for coming in there.
But besides the build your own, which I bought this off eBay, I just put this on the bottom after months of doing it. So, and the tape, so it had like wires coming out. This is my Sonic for my Doctor. So when the Headless Horseman destroys one of it, I flip it around and go, boosh at it. But that's for that. But for simplicity and cosplay, I just, simple little Sonic for me. Won't break like the 11th Doctor's. Very simple. And the batteries run perfectly on this one, but it just kind of died off in this one. And everyone else is an 11th Sonic. But, it's very trusty for me. That's why I'm worried about the 14th Doctor's one, about
for the
being
UK
the way
folks,
it is. If Christian and I are able to get the 14th one, or wait for, as Al Deward said, they did place an order, so Character Options will in time have the limited edition available, and then afterwards it'll be £10 less for the regular metal one. So that one I will play with, and hopefully not break that one. But for simplicity and not throwing it 2 feet in the air, my dear Mackenzie. Well, then nothing. This thing just came off again. So it's this toy.
Put it in the washing machine.
Yeah,
because there was no water.
in the washing machine thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Maybe that's how I lost the other one, because I had the 9th one somewhere, and it disappeared along with the psychic paper. Like, did I wash that one too? Is in the old washing machine.
Ocean Man continues, for the UK folks, I'm not sure if this is the case, but in the US, when Doctor Who hype was fading out, I remember most Sonics on clearance for $5. Where were you, Ocean Man? Why can't you tell me these things? I want to go to this. Here's the funny part. All these Sonics that I have are from a friend who had a Doctor Who booth, and the popularity was just going down. So she actually did a liquidation where she was selling all her Doctor stuff she can get rid of, and she gave me good price on all the Sonics that she had, so I could have it to bring to the conventions and people can play with them and try them out there. Now they're selling for 50, even some 100. It's crazy. Yeah, the eBay right now for the 14th Doctor between 100 and 200, if not higher. I wouldn't be shocked. And it's kind of a little disgusting out there. And Andrew continues, during lockdown, I bought a lot of broken Sonics and TARDIS and learned how to fix them. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. You're my new best friend now. If you can figure out, and I like this, Dan, make them with a rechargeable battery, like in the weather alert radio, with a micro USB port to recharge it.
Yes.
I love that idea. I'm going to say the thing I'll say. Okay, everybody's told their favorite song. I haven't told my Sonic yet, but
yeah.
Hold on a second. Candyman, what you got there? What you got, Mark?
Right. I've showed this before on the Traveling TARDIS.
Okay, hold on a second. Keep talking, because I'm going to grab something real fast. I want to do something.
Right. So everyone can see that, can't you? It says 11th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. Let's pull it down. It's the 10th. It's still sealed. Not been opened. It was literally packaging like that. So I thought this is going to be so rare to have, because no one's going to get like the 10th screwdriver with 11th Doctor packaging. So it's like a miss one. So these are the sort of things you need to keep an eye out for. Anything which is like misprinted or anything which is not normally in its right format, but still a screwdriver. Right. But again, on the bag, as you can see, they've got the different ones, because what Character Options sometimes do, they re-release them. So if you look at the third Doctor one, it had 4 in its collection. That had 3. And then the 12th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, and that is literally the 11th Doctor or the 12th first screwdriver.
That was a repackaging they also did, though, for when he was using 11 screwdriver. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then the proper packaging of the...
There you go.
Nice. Sporks United.
Sporks United. Sporks United.
And again, that's the packaging for the official 12th Doctor. As you come around.
That's cool.
So what I always recommend is keep the packaging. Even though you won't use it, just keep the packaging.
Rechargeable would be good with a lithium battery. Ocean Man says, how do you get the 10th Doctor's screwdriver with the 13th Doctor's era packaging? That's amazing. There you go.
Yeah. That was from B&M.
Yeah.
It was when B&M do their little like retail stuff for cash options. I think they're going to have some more stuff coming in October, just ready for the 60th.
Oh yeah.
I think they've got a Richard. Richard Eternal one. They're going to release a Richard Eternal Doctor, and I think we're doing a TARDIS with a 6th Doctor as well. But that's leaking out at the moment on YouTube, so keep your eyes out for the B&M leaks.
And the Deadly Assassin, which I know the figures because a famous author who's a big Doctor Who fan and knows a lot of Doctor Who actors told me, so I cannot say it. And I
okay.
Thank you for telling me. And I can't tell anyone until it comes out. But it's cool.
Christian.
Yeah, yes, sir.
While we're in the after party, do you want to hit that link on the secret features and how to access them?
The YouTube video that you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. I hope paste and copy works on this thing.
I saw it the other day. I forgot about it. Then again, I forget a lot of things.
So now we're in the after party. We can tell you the secrets of how to access the features. If Christian can work out how to.
Yeah, my computer's slow when it's running. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Let me hold on. Let's pull up the volume. Let's pull that back.
Hey, everybody.
And let's move Mark out of the way. Let's see. Not a real screwdriver.
Yeah. This is a real screwdriver.
That's a real screwdriver. That's not a knife. All right. Just let me know if you can hear it because I will not be able to hear anything. Here we go. Okay.
Hello and welcome to this video. Now this is just going to be a short video and it's not going to be very refined, but I'm going to show you how to unlock the secret features on the brand new CO 14th Doctor Sonic screwdriver. So you've got normal blue setting. That has the different sounds if you press the button multiple times, but it's also got a red setting and 2 green settings. Okay, so to access the secret features, you need to take off the end cap. So you do that by twisting it a bit of a turn anti-clockwise and taking it off. And on the bottom, there's a micro switch under there. Perfect. Now, if you hold that in at the same time as pressing the main switch for 4 seconds, you get the first secret sound effect.
That's a lot of work.
So when you release, it will beep 2 times, and then you have a green setting. Now, in the green setting, it's much louder. In fact, in all of the secret settings, it's much louder than the original blue. Okay, so to go back to blue, you just hold it in, press it for about 3 seconds, and then when you release, it beeps once, and that's back to blue. To access the other settings, so this is the light green setting, press and hold for 5 seconds. And when you release it, it buzzes 3 times. Then you've got a light green setting, and it makes sort of a repairing sound effect. I don't know what to call it. It's just a different shade of green. It almost looks a bit yellow in some lighting. Now to access the third setting, we'll go back to blue. Sometimes it doesn't work. I've just got to get used to it. Okay, so I'm back to blue. And then I'm going to press and hold for 6 seconds. 6 seconds or longer.
Oy, oy, oy.
Are you serious?
Take notes for all this With Chris.
And then I've released, and it's buzzed 4 times, and now
Why does it just
I
have
have a red
big
setting.
button?
It's quite difficult to see in this lighting, but I'll put some photos in. So there you go. There are your 4 settings for the CO 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry, it loses 1 point if it's going to be that difficult to do out there.
No, when they're showing it now, like with the different colors in that, which I love, that's really cool. But the thing that really bothers me is that there's nothing on there that reminds like at all of Jodie's like Sonic. And so it's like almost like the manufacturers are trying to diss Jodie's Doctor. I mean, that's what it looks like. So
Sorry.
yeah. Because of that, I'm still going to keep mine at an 8. And in fact, I'm going to go down to 7.5 because why?
I just sort of dropped to the point. If that's what you have to do, is tear the thing apart just to do something else with it.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, like this, or just double. Just
that's what I'm saying. That'd be
now
easier.
you gotta take it apart and push buttons. I'm like,
it's like way too difficult.
Just lost it.
And you
Maybe the plastic one will be
able
easier.
To remember to do that.
Yeah, then the plastic one might be a revamp. Remember, this is the special. Like Kevo said, we don't know what the plastic one's going to be like, and it could be just as simple as pressing the button up and down.
Right. I'm just saying this. I wanted to show people this. I don't know if you remember these. I don't see them much anymore. But believe it or not, this is one of those flashlights that you have to go up and down.
Yep.
And this one, I think it's got to be 10 years old. And believe it or not, it still works.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to continue to shake it. I'm wondering if there's something that they could do with the Sonic that, if it runs out or something. But the putting the port would be a great idea to recharge it, as opposed to having to go in there futz around with it. Because I truly think when you keep on taking in and out the batteries, I think it kind of degrades the Sonic a little bit because it is a plastic feature. So a UBS port would be would not be out of the question out there, because we only got a few minutes left. This is one of my Sonics. Kevo got the glasses, so I got the blue Sonic out here for that. But I also want to say, because we've already talked about that, I really appreciate that, because it was the one that flew in his hand, and I thought that was the coolest introduction for a Sonic screwdriver. But believe it or not, a close second is the War Doctors. It's just simplistic. And all it is just the pull down, and it does have different sounds that it makes out there, but it's just simplistic for me, because I like to carry it around. It's just like this. The others are cool. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the others. I just kind of like that. That's all he did. He was standing there, and he Sonic things. Made it easier for him. Plus, I like the one that this is the Sonic that started that equation going all the way up until this Sonic. So that's actually cool. But that is it for me. Any last things before we wrap it up there, folks? We're going to go ahead and call it a week. And I believe we'll let you know what we're doing next week. We may have a guest. I'm not sure, but if not, we'll probably return to our reviews of Christopher Eccleston series. We're going to the next one up, I think, is Boomtown. And that we'll be reviewing that, but we're going to be reviewing that within a week or two out there. So from all of us here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, anybody have any last words? I just want to say, check out X's for Show. The link is in the description for all the shows. We're on the Facebook page, and where you can check them out on YouTube, all the way down at the end, the Reverend Amagan. Tom Kostek on the Rebs, Raves, and Rants. He puts out his, I guess, now daily reviews of everything that's going on. He checks out all the stuff. If there's something that interests him, definitely. All the way down the corner is Mackenzie Floor at twitch.tv/Mackenzie Floor. And occasionally you might see me come in and smart. What? Oh, you're just showing off now. What would that show?
Reviews.
Hasbro Smurfs.
Hasbro Terrible.
And the Candyman from the other land over at the UK. I know it's past your bedtime, so thank you so much. Don't forget to say goodbye on the way out. Let's get your last minute chats. And Andrew said, I spoke to Weta, who did the Dark Eye Sonic. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's a designer. The BBC owns designs.
Weta did Lord of the Rings.
Oh. easy on the design. So hopefully a CO company would be good to complete the set. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We don't have to go home, but we can't stay here. And we'll catch us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep an eye out for things. And again, we are going to be check out on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. We will be announcing that we have an upcoming convention for November. We are not going to be going to Tampa Bay Comic-Con, so I do apologize. But Melanie and Faith will be out there. Unfortunately, the Traveling TARDIS will be not. So if you want to see the team out there, by all means, check us out there. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, please stay safe. And again, as always, as I've repeated before and said it again, please, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. That helps the algorithms. That helps us move things along out there. And, of course, without further ado, as I always say at the end of the show, Tony, take us out.